Last week, we spoke about the documentary film Leave, which gives a voice to migrants who have attempted the adventure to Europe. Quite far from daily images of boats capsizing in the heart of the Mediterranean, director Marie-Noël Niba rather focuses on the personal stories of the migrants who have decided to return home, following a disappointment by a pseudo-Western El Dorado, a difficult decision Léo made. Having lived in the West for many years, Léo returns to Cameroon with a certain bitterness and not even a penny in his pocket. After battling a depression, he is now calm and ready to tell his story.
I used to say that I prefer to be poor in Europe rather than being rich in Africa. That's what I used to say, but today I see things differently. And I really had to find myself discarded to understand it. Happy for those who believe without seeing. It could have been better if I had believed without even going there.
In this documentary, Guy Roméo, Stéphane, Boye Gaye, Cheikh and Léo, whom we just heard from, recounts their years abroad. They who were ready to do anything for a better future speak out for the very first time. This is what Laurence Lascari, who produced the film with her company, De l'autre côté du périph', explained.
C'est un documentaire qui donne la parole à un migrant
Leave presents a migrant who is currently in Marseille without papers and who has many psychological difficulties, traumas due to his journey that lasted 4 years. Starting with the character Marie-Noël, she questions the madness that drives people ready to risk their lives because they want to live a dream, to become rich, to support their families, to flourish and be successful.
Des personnes qui sont prêtes à risquer leur vie. Et c'est ce qu'a vécu notre personnage qui ouvre le film.
This is what Guy Roméo experienced, and when he left, Marie-Noël decided to return to Cameroon to interview people who had also tried the adventure and who, after 8 to 10 years of hardship, decided to return to Cameroon. And these people tell us about their rehabilitation. With the exception of Guy Roméo, all returned to Cameroon and Senegal, deeply affected by this experience. They are still suffering the consequences several years later. All the more so as to return. The return home appears to be a failure. Living highlights the irreversible psychological damage suffered by somewhat unfortunate migrants because the price to pay is sometimes very high. This was Stéphane's case, the adopted older brother of Marie-Noël Niba, the director. A few years ago, he decided to close his mechanical company to seek his fortune in Europe. 8 years later, he returned to Cameroon against his will, feeling as though he had lost everything. Locked in silence since his return, he has always refused to recount what he had experienced in Europe. In front of Marie-Noël Niba's camera, he puts his sufferings to words for the first time. Take a listen.
When I got home, I found my wife, and after a month and a half, we disagreed. I was frustrated and realized that being away for all these years had an impact on our lives. This caused a separation. I could not have a relationship with my children. I did not even see them. This embarrassed me to the point that we separated. And I told myself deep in my heart, if I had not gone for so long, if only I had gone on adventure, because the adventure is to conquer or to die. You have a goal to reach, and you don't give up until you reach it. But in the end, it destroys a lot of things.
Et pour finir, ça te détruit beaucoup de choses derrière.
At a time when migration is at the heart of public debate, Leave aims to raise awareness of the dangers of illegal migration, but also to change attitudes among Africans. By making those who from Europe contribute to paint an ideal image of the West speak out, giving a voice to those who have the courage to return, Marie-Noël Niba and Laurence Lascari hope to dissuade other Africans from leaving their country for an imaginary El Dorado. The film, self-produced by Luman Communications and De l'autre côté du périph' will be released in 2019. The two women also hope to organize a tour of screenings and debates throughout the continent. We're looking forward to that.